Hi everybody, my name is Rhys Barber. I'm the audiologist here at Audiology Associates. We upload new earwax removal videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 9 PM UK time, so please consider subscribing. Hi everybody, this is Rhys Barber from Audiology Associates. Thank you very much for watching our earwax removal compilation video today. We have two patients in this compilation. So first patient here has come through with some dry skin and wax stuck in the ear canal. What you can see is we've got a long strip of dry skin there at the base of this piece we're taking away, with a lot of wax stuck to it, which has caused a blockage in the canal. You see it peeling away there. What we have is a little bit of wax here. If I move that out of the way, you can see it's almost like a pocket of dry skin. So we're just going to try and detach that. Always a little bit more difficult when you're taking away skin using suction, just because you can get a very high-pitched squeak or squeal when you take it away. So you've got to be a little bit more careful when you're doing this. You can see it's all coming away. You can see a little pocket there, taking it around from the edge. There we are. So there's the eardrum, all looking nice and healthy and shiny. So this is that dry skin. So it originated about a third of the way in the ear canal, and then the wax had stuck to that. So we'll just go out to our second patient. Now this patient's come through with a wax blockage in both ear canals, really hardened up, dry wax. So it's going to take a little bit of time to get this one out. Yeah, when you get really hardened up and flattish kind of surface to wax like this one is, it's really difficult to get a good suction grip. So what I'm trying to do here is just move it away from the canal wall so we can maybe use a couple of other tools. At the moment it looks to me like it's attached to the actual canal wall, so there's a bit of dry skin in here as well, embedded in the wax, which is still connected to the canal wall. So that's why I want to try and loosen it away first, just to get a better idea of what's going on here. Thank you very much for all your positive comments on the last video, guys. While I'm just wrestling with this little piece of wax here, obviously you can tell this is episode 199, just using the crocodile forceps to get a grip on either side to pull this out a second. So episode 200 is in the making. We want to do something a little bit different to what we normally do. Unfortunately, because it's a little bit different, it's taking me ages to edit because I've got to learn some new editing techniques. So it's going to be a couple of more weeks before I can get 200 out. But in the meantime, so you guys don't miss out on the kind of normal wax removal videos we do, I'm going to skip 200. I'm going to post 201 on Friday, and we're going to keep going up from there. And I will drop the 200th episode in because I really want to make it look good, and I want it right before I do it. So bear with me a couple more weeks and I will do a big 200th episode. I'm not going to tell you what it is and what we're doing. I'm just going to drop it on as a premiere, I think. So back to what we're doing now. This we've managed to put it out a little bit with the crocodile forceps, and what I'm doing at the moment is just kind of wrestling with it because the wax is dried around a large pocket of dry skin which is sitting behind it. So it's really tough, too tough to pull out with the microsuction. So we're using the Jobson horn to bring this forwards, and you can see that piece of skin that was attached to the back. Here you can see actually where it's been attached, all that ring of dry skin there. It looks to me as if it's on the portion of the canal where the skull part of the canal meets the cartilage part on the outside. There's something called the isthmus. So I think what's happened is as the skin has migrated over that section, it's actually detached, and then you've got the wax that was migrating, trying to migrate past that, actually getting stuck in with that skin as well. So it's really kind of anchored everything into place, and then because it can't come out, it's started to dry out and get that solid piece you saw at the entrance there. So what I'm doing now is using the crocodile forceps just to take away some little bits of this dry skin. You can see the eardrum there looks nice and healthy when you look through. There's a little bit just stuck at the top here on the canal wall, so I'm trying to use the crocodile forceps. It's a really awkward shape and it's in a really awkward position, so I'm trying to bend the forceps around without touching the canal wall, which is really difficult because it really narrows at this point, and trying to maneuver this out. You can see how difficult that is, and it's not, when you've got the forceps in the ear canal, it's not as easy as just being able to tilt them or turn them. You've got to kind of take the forceps and go back in the orientation you need to have them in. So it's not as easy as to kind of wiggle them around in the canal. I couldn't get a good enough grip on it, so I've switched to the smaller ENT fine end here just to take that a little bit away. There we are. Now, the same patient, but the second ear this time. So another very dried out piece of wax. A little teeny weeny gap there at the top, so you can see it's very kind of uneven on the surface. I'm just going to see if we can get a grip on this with the suction, but as you can see, it's kind of tough as all boots really. It's not really, it kind of bends and flexes, but we've managed to get a bit of a leading edge here, so I'm just going to go in with the crocodile forceps now just to grab that, see if we can take that out. You can see just how tough that stuff is. The wax itself is pretty hard, but it's really anchored in place. So I'm going to use the Jobson horn, aim for that gap at the top, and try and pull down. But what you'll be able to see is that it's still actually connected, like the other canal, the other wax was on the other side. It's still connected to the canal wall. So we've got a large piece of dry skin holding all of this into place. I'm trying to get a good grip on the outside. You can see how hardened up this is, and no matter how I'm pulling through it with the Jobson horn, it's just kind of dragging and stretching it rather than pulling it out. You can just see us trying to maneuver this around, just taking it away from the canal wall there to the left hand side, trying to fold it into the center as we normally do then to try and remove it. But it's just moving. It's not really kind of pulling out at the moment. So quite a frustrating piece of wax to remove this one. So we've broken the front end off, which is just going to give me a better view a bit further in. Trying to aim, you can see the gap there. You can see the eardrum through the gap in the top left corner. But the wax in front of it is literally just stretching. It's not budging. So I think it's a combination of the consistency of the wax and that dry skin that's there. There you go, I've got that bottom section away. So I've broken the front end off here now. So what we're left with is this very kind of hardened up stick. You can see it peeling away from the canal wall. So that's a mixture of dry skin, dry wax there peeling away. Trying to lift it from the bottom, because if I try and pull down from the top without detaching this bottom section, then that's all that's going to happen is this wax is just going to keep stretching and sliding. It's not going to budge. So I've put a bit of olive oil in there, which is going to help to loosen the sticky nature of the wax, so loosen it off the base of the canal wall a little bit. You can see just trying to lift, peel it back, lift, peel it back, just slowly working it down, but it is firmly wedged in here. Back in with the crocodile forceps now. See if we can get underneath it to lift it away. Oh, it's almost budging. Here we are, slowly working out to the canal. Just trying to get a grip on any part of it that's gonna. I'm trying to hold the whole thing in one piece if I can, just because it's sitting really close to the eardrum. I don't want to be too rough with it, but when it becomes this tough, you have to put a little bit of force behind it, unfortunately. Back in with the forceps now, trying to work down the side of the canal. There you go. I managed to break the top piece away, but you can see we've got this bottom section here that's firmly wedged. It's a frustrating piece of wax because it's tough, but not tough enough to hold on to a single part of it and pull it out. It kind of bends and flexes. So I've really got to kind of get this dry skin and wax off the base of this canal. So I'm going to have to be a little bit rougher than I normally would like to be to do this. Back in with the forceps, constantly switching tools, trying to get the best grip to be able to maneuver this away. Okay, that's broken that front section. You can see trying to peel, trying to lift it off the canal wall. Trying to give it a bit of a wiggle as well to try and loosen it off there. You can see the layer of dry skin that's holding it in. That's just beyond the suction tube there. So now we've lifted it. We'll see if we can get underneath it now with the forceps. Does mean I'm going to have to work on the canal wall, which I don't really like doing. And there, it's pulled it away. Now what you'll spot is that red mark there, look. That's just where the crocodile forceps touched the canal wall. Because you can understand now why we say it's you try and avoid those walls as much as you can. So quite a bit came away. The bit to the right is what came out the second ear. Thank you very much for watching our video today. If you did enjoy the video, then please like. If you're not subscribed already or you'd like to do so, you can click the subscribe button here. If you'd like to check out some more of our videos, they're also up there. Now, if you want to follow us, you can do on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and also check our website if you want to know a little bit more about us. As always, guys, until the next time, take care.